mentioned John L. Carter, another guy that had a big night and had some early struggles to his career. How good was it to see him have tonight, and just what has he been like in practice, maybe the past couple weeks?
You're down a little bit, obviously, because Carter is a hard critic on himself, right? He wants to make shot. He wants to be a contributor on the offensive end. He probably fuels his tank a little bit more than he needs to on the offensive side, right? But that's what fuels his tank. We need for him to think about other things, being first to the floor, defensive rebounding, offensive rebounding, uh, getting somebody else's shot and not hunting shots and let some of them shots find him, right? Don't hunt the action, let the action find him. And so that was something that we've been talking to him about, but it is good because we feel like for us to be where we think we can be and where we want to be, guys like him and John L. Davis got to play well for us. And if they are good, here's the thing, it's one of my favorite sayings. If everybody is good, no one has to be great, right? So we have a team that we feel like if everybody is good, we don't have to have someone go in the phone booth, put on a cape and be Superman. We got a good collective of guys that if everybody is good, no one player has to be great. So we need those two to be good.
What'd you see from TB tonight and his return from injury?
Just behind a little bit condition-wise, right? So we had to play him at spurts, couldn't play him for long minutes, periods at a time, because he hadn't played in a while. So which means that he's probably going to be behind condition in terms of his condition. He got a fatigue here and there. He was asking for subs. He knows that he's behind. But again, TB is a big part of what we're going to do as well. So we need for him to get his feet underneath him, get his wind underneath him. This was a good dress rehearsal for the next game for him.
Yeah, Jackson took most of my questions, but is there any update on Jonas? Is he going to be available for Illinois, or just is there any?
I think Jonas could possibly be day to day. That's up to our medical staff. We're waiting. We'd love to have him back as quick as we can because this is a good stretch for us here that we're about to undertake. So if we can have him, it'd be great. If not, then we're going to continue next man up but having Jonas right now, having him at all is going to give us a different dynamic in terms of our defense and our rebounding and our toughness. Someone who is a proven SEC All-League player, right? So we need Jonas as well as we need TB. We need all of our guys. We need the sum of all of our parts to be good.
Then Casimir Chavis gets his first career basket. Just how good is that to see? Just for a young guy?
Unbelievable. He's one of our team's favorite. Our guys really like Cash. He's the life of the party. He's got a good spirit about him. And so to see him go in the game and get a bucket, I'm sure you saw our bench erupted because he's one of their favorite guys. He's one of their guys, and they really like Cash. So that was good to see. I wish Aiden would have not smoked that layup. I mean, we work on layups every day. You get an open layup and he smoked it, but that would have been great for him to get an opportunity to get his name in the stat sheet too.
Coach Billy Richmond had 9 rebounds tonight. It seems like he's just been kind of everywhere, all over the place these last couple of games and playing with more confidence. Just what have you seen?
We are high on Billy. He's a Swiss Army knife, right? He can really defend. He's first to the floor. He's long. He's athletic. He can rebound. That was the point of emphasis too, because we feel like if there was something that we needed to prove at on both sides of the ball, it's our defensive rebounding and our offensive rebounding. If you look at all of our numbers defensively, we're at the top in the country, but the one glaring spot, right, is our defensive rebounding as well as our offensive rebound. So we're challenging Bill. So when he gets in the game, give us that energy, give us that spark plug, and do a little bit of everything because he can, right? And so we're excited about Billy. So happy for him. He's a guy that we're gonna depend on maybe some nights to guard the best player on the other team. We really have that kind of confidence in him. So excited about the rest of the season for him.
You talked about Carter Knox and kind of his struggles a little bit, but and you talked a little bit about his like mindset and kind of how his tank is built up. It's been with Nelly's struggle as well. How has he kind of approached those struggles, and from seeing him behind the scenes and conversations with him, what was his mindset during these struggles?
Just falling back on the training, right? We have a culture of work, right? Our guys work hard. They live in the gym. They get up enough shots, and so it's not that it's a lack of work or it's a lack of confidence. You build confidence on your own. You build confidence from being in the gym, shooting 1,000 shots, shooting 500 shots. You get confidence from that. I can't give them confidence. Coach can't give them confidence. Our staff, we can't give them confidence. You build your own confidence. And so these guys understand that. And Carter has been living in the gym too. I would say that he and Nelly are probably neck and neck in terms of guys that spend the most time in the gym on their games. And so it was only a matter of time for Carter, right? And we're expecting big things out of Carter and excited for him that the ball was able to go through the net.
Quick turnaround before you guys play Illinois. What do the next couple of days look like for you guys?
Just prepare as we always do. We don't skip steps, so we didn't jump over these guys to think about. We wanted to win the day. That was something that came out of our meeting today. It was win the day, right? And we always want to win the day. So right now we're going to flip the switch, and once I leave here, I'm going to start working on Illinois. Coach is going to do that. Our whole staff, we're going to start working on Illinois. They're good. They're good. They're a top 25 team. They shoot 35 threes a game. So that's something that we want to obviously make sure we cut that attempts. We don't want them to take 35 threes. We want to cut those attempts in half. So we want them probably, our defense, to make them attempt about 20, right? And that means that they'll only make about 6 and not 12 to 14. So that's a huge point of emphasis for us going into this Illinois game. Also, they're one of the top teams in the country in offensive rebounding. You may not believe this. I worked for Brad Underwood for 4 years. So I kind of know all his tricks.
Daniel, it's in your bio.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the starters were able to play under 30 minutes today. I guess how good is that as a byproduct of being able to get some of the other guys in that was play such a short rotation to be able to give these starters a lighter workload?
Honestly, that's a good question because that's another thing. We want to try to stay fresh. So we've been talking about a rotation. Cal has been focusing on how do we get a rotation. We don't have to play guys 38 minutes, 36 minutes, because the fresh you are, the better you are, because we really play hard, right? We really play with intensity and we really play fast. It's hard to sustain that if guys are obviously getting fatigued. We want them to get in better shape. We want them to be at pristine, peak condition, but it's really hard to play at the level we play, the defensive intensity that we play at, and without having that. So we realize that coaches realize that we have to get a rotation so that we can keep guys fresh. And that's mainly with our guards, and having TB back help with the rotation, right? And then being able to trust in Billy and Carter will help with our guard rotation. So we're trying to, coach has been working really hard on putting together a rotation so that we can keep guys fresh.
Where's the rest of the team now? Who's the condition outside of TV?
It depends, right? The guys that have been playing, the 5 guys that we've had that was playing for a long period of time in terms of our practice and our campaign and our training, they're in pretty good shape, but can be better. But the guys that have been in and out, right, they're probably a little bit behind because it's hard to be in and then be out for weeks and not able to, and you say a ramp up, right? A ramp up is not playing on the basketball court. Basketball shape, you get in basketball shape by playing basketball. I'm sorry, you can run on a treadmill, underwater treadmill, and you can do all of that all you want, but it's not the same as being on the basketball floor. That's a different kind of conditioning.
Question about Big Z's going to play his brother against Illinois. What are your thoughts on that? Have you gotten? I know you're focused on the other games, but how excited do you think he is, and what do you see about that matchup?
I'm sure he's excited. He better be thinking I'm gonna kick my brother's butt, but they're different. Z has different set of skills than he have. They're probably gonna guard each other, of course, and there's no friends on the basketball court, Bob. So like, he's my brother, but your mentality should be, I'm gonna try to beat him, right? So I'm sure his mentality is the same, but it'll be fun for them. I'm sure it'll be fun for their parents if they're not at the game in Croatia to look at the game, whatever time it is, 2 a.m, 3 a.m, and love on both of their sons and see them competing. And but for us, we don't have any love for Z's brother. We're trying to win. So we didn't try to recruit him. Z was a guy that we targeted, but we knew of his brother. They were on different paths, right? And so we didn't really try to recruit him.
So they have different skill sets. I haven't seen Illinois play yet. How so?
Well, Z's brother is different body type, right? He's probably about, I don't know, maybe 10 to 15 more pounds heavier than Z. So he plays a lot with his back to the basket. Although he can step out and take and make threes, he's capable from there. But I think that Z is probably can move a little bit better and maybe a little bit better athlete, but not much, right? But Z has a little bit different skill set in terms of his ability to shoot the ball, pass it, dribble it, and do some other things. But they both were good passers, right? Not to take away from his brother. The other thing that's different from them, one is left hand, one is right hand. So there's a lot of differences between Z and his twin brother. Yeah.